Good evening. A major story for the city of Hamilton. We're seeing the effects of U.S. President Donald Trump's tariffs right here tonight. ArcelorMittal Long Products Canada announcing today it's closing its wire drawing mill in the city, leaving 153 steel workers out of a job. Eric Viano joins us live from the plant with more. Eric.
Yeah, Matt, the president of the union that represents those workers says although the writing was on the wall with tariffs and other factors, when he heard the announcement this morning, he was still surprised.
Shocked. I've been an employee there for just over 30 years, and we've gone through a lot in that plant. What's happening now is a shame.
The wire drawing mill on Strathern Avenue North in Hamilton will now be shutting down. ArcelorMittal Long, the company that owns Dofasco, says all the activities at the mill will now be handled entirely at its Montreal site. Those activities consisted of making products for telecommunications, construction, and automotive markets.
The tariffs, I believe, is just the nail in the coffin.
The layoffs come as the ongoing trade war between Canada and the U.S. escalated last week, with the doubling of steel tariffs to 50% on imports to the U.S., up from 25%. Mike Hnatjuk, the president of USW Local 5328, says the mill has gone through tough times, but the tariffs added on to an already suffering steel industry in Hamilton.
Was the writing on the wall with the tariffs and that? Yes, we have seen the last few months. We had about 25% of our workforce was laid off just 2-3 months ago when these tariffs started coming in, and then with the other 25% coming in, it really did impact us.
He says he believes the tariffs weren't the only factor that led to the closure.
Our company can't compete with the prices of the dumping of steel coming from China. 30 years ago, this city was full of steel manufacturing, and I've just watched their steel industry here in Hamilton deplete and almost become obsolete.
In a statement to CHCH News, ArcelorMittal Long says the decision to close the mill is due to ongoing economic challenges, increased steel imports in Canada, and market conditions. This decision has not been made lightly and comes after much considerations of all possible alternatives. All our efforts are now focused on supporting employees affected. A committee has been formed between the company and the union to discuss a closure agreement. Meanwhile, Hamilton Mayor Andrea Horwath weighed in today, saying in a statement, in part, "This closure underscores the urgent need for action from the federal government. I implore them to prioritize Hamilton, one of the most significantly impacted cities in Canada. Once layoff notices are issued and a plant goes dark, it's too late. The workers affected by this decision deserve more than words. They need immediate assistance." And as the tariff war rages on and communities begin to see its impacts, the CEO of the Hamilton Chamber of Commerce says the message remains the same: buy Canadian.
If every Canadian shifted their buying habits to 5 Canadian products from American products, the impact to our GDP would be a net positive just from those purchasing decisions.
Now, we did receive a statement late today from Industry Minister Melanie Jolie's office. It says in part, quote, "Canada and Canadian workers will not be bullied. We are going to fight against these tariffs for every worker, every job, every business. We are going to use Canadian steel to build across the country from coast to coast to coast." Now, we did specifically ask about the layoffs here in Hamilton today, but they didn't comment on that topic specifically.